Hello there, aspiring tennos. As you can see, we have a webcam in this video, and that's because this video is going to be quite different from some of the videos I have been making recently. As a matter of fact, this is going to be more reminiscent of some of my previous videos. This is not necessarily a video which I want to make because I can't make it without talking about some stuff that's inherently political, and I hate politics. So don't want to make it, but I feel like I have to because it pretends to digital extremes and some questionable practices. Also, let me just say, if you're in a bad spot, don't watch this. It's not going to restore your faith in humanity. Quite the opposite. So, DE Megan has uploaded a PSA on the Warframe forums that reads, "Digital extremes seizing payment options in Russia and Belarus." I think that's how it's pronounced anyways. It was uploaded on the 8th of March, and it reads, "Digital extremes will begin seizing all payment options in Russia and Belarus this week. There may be some discrepancies per platform while conversations continue, but know that we are working on establishing parity across the board. This is a choice. The extremes has made in response to the needless violence in Ukraine." And then they've made a follow-up post on the 14th of December, so recently, at 4 p.m. in the afternoon. This post reads, "Hello Tenno. We wanted to provide an update on what current region restrictions digital extremes will be upholding. Warframe is currently unavailable in Cuba, Iran, Syria, North Korea, and the Crimea region and the Donbass region, meaning payment and new account creation are no longer available. Current users in these regions will still have access to the game, payment options disabled. But please know we plan to take further steps in the new year to disable access. As it stands, the updates to our sanctions and compliances extend to all digital extremes, current and future titles. The previous announcement, which is the one we just talked about, still stands as well." So in case you've been living under a rock, several terrible things are happening in the world. I'll be focusing on Russia invading Ukraine because it's the one that's the most familiar to me. It could have been me, right? Normal people going out with their families, having dinner, watching a movie, and the next day their country is being torn to pieces by Russia. Look, some awful things have happened, like for example power plants being bombed, meaning that people are now essentially freezing to death. And I agree with that, of course. I think that's awful. I really do. It tears me apart, but really there's nothing that I as a single person can do about it. And I disagree with this, right? I don't think that disabling access to Warframe in these regions are going to have any meaningful effect. When we decide not to trade with Russia and when we turn off the gas to Russia, it's in an attempt to weaken their economical standing and thereby also weakening their military or disincentivize them to continue this war in Ukraine, right? If you think that turning off the access to a couple of Warframe accounts are going to do anything, you're delusional. Imagine that you're just a normal person from Russia, which probably has nothing to do with the invasion itself right now, who's just trying to live their life, their everyday life. And they put 5,000 hours into Warframe because they loved the game. And now their account is essentially, well, their account's not going to be deleted, but they're going to be banned from the game based on the decisions of the Russian government. Isn't that wrong? What did this person do to deserve this? Do you really think that they're going to go out and become a freedom fighter because you turn off access to their Warframe account? If anything, they're just going to hate digital extremes. And as a proxy, they might just end up hating the Canada as well and this entire part of the world because most of them already do. Look, I'm all about working towards ending these conflicts, right? But randomly punishing people who live in the countries which governments are creating these issues by turning off access to their Warframe accounts are not doing anything. This is virtue signaling. And also, how far up your own ass do you have to be to turn off the access to someone's Warframe account in the hope that they'll go out and fight their own government while these Canadians are sitting in their comfortable chairs, right, making a video game for a living. Anyways, that's all I think that I can say. I don't necessarily think I want to say anything else. I don't want to get into these things. I mean, what do you want me to say anyways? It's fucked up. It's terrible and it sucks and it's tearing me apart. Like, I think it is many people these times. No one wants to experience this. Everyone wants it to just stop. But banning people from playing Warframe is not the fucking answer. Now, I do believe that this is the part of the video where I'm supposed to have some kind of conclusion. But this is such an incredibly complex matter, and I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I have some kind of encompassing answer. Instead, I think what I'll do is that I'll ask a question. And this is mainly aimed at digital extremes, but this is a question for all of you, really. When the fuck has building a wall around the people we don't like helped anything?